we are, as human beings who have conscious minds and can reason, we are the only ones who can see the fullness of the qualities in the world, the beauty, the yearning, the majesty. Some animals may have some connection to that, but we have the fullest version of that known in creation on earth, right? We are able to see things, call them good, judge between good and evil after the fall, right? And this equips us to be masters. It doesn't mean that we get to dominate, right? Having dominion doesn't mean, like mistreating God's creation or anything, but it does mean that we are equipped with the ability to see a beauty and to see truth. That's why we are in God's image. And even if we don't have that ability in full, or even if we don't exercise it well, nevertheless, we are the species that we are in is that kind of being. And this is crucial because, of course, some people, have see the world differently, or they have mental defects or all those things. That does not mean that they're not created in God's image. Sin can mar the image, of course, and not just personal sin, but the fact that the world is broken. Nevertheless, we are of a species that sees and reasons, and therefore we are God's representative. And there's an important conclusion that we draw from this. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of God made he man. This is a death penalty for murderers, and it's more importantly, a prohibition upon killing people because they are in the image of God, right? And we can see in there already that there is, a difficulty because we are given this solemn task of being God's executors on earth, right? We do sometimes have to take life if that is warranted by justice, but to do so simply out of desire or just because or out of sin, right? This is a sin against God because we are in his image, not because we somehow look like him, not because Jesus has a certain skin color or whatever, but because of the kinds of being that we are. And this is the reasoning. Some have called it the greatest gift of Judaism to the world. This is the reasoning that underpins the idea that if something is a human being, therefore it should be allowed to live. You exist on this earth because God desired that it should be so. He wanted you around. He thought it was good. He looked upon you and said it is good that you should be around. And therefore, right, all things that are humans, this is true of those things.